So set it off back again, I apologize for that, but like I was saying, basically, there's the positive and the negative as far as the restocker goes, or resellers go, excuse me. And the negative thing about it is, they are charging you that extra money, but the positive thing is that you can go ahead and you can get these shoes back in your hands, you know what I mean, with it. And also down the road in years, there's also people that hold on to their stuff that never even rock them, because they do maybe the same thing Hes does and decide, hey, maybe I need some extra money, whatever the reason may be, go ahead and sell them. Now this is where you got to think smart and you got to play smart, and part of what INGT Kickz said is, there's certain shoes that's worth the $300 you're going to spend on them that retailed for, like the foam posits 220 or Jordans, and stuff like that, and that's an older shoe. So that's what we got to take in consideration as well. But if you have a new shoe that just dropped in 2012 and then already they're charging $100 plus for them, like that's just ridiculous. So you got to be the smart buyer. Now for me personally, I haven't spent any more than $230 on a pair of shoes, and the ones that I bought for those were the Raging Bull 3Ms, and to me that was worth it. Why? Because I'm not going to find it for any less than $350 for one pair, and that is ridiculous already. So I set myself with a certain goal, like I'm not going to jump over this. I need to stay in my lane, and this is how I feel. I chose to make that decision. Nobody put that in my head. There was a point in time where I was actually, and you see my first video was of the Stealth 10s. I decided, well, hey, maybe I can do this. I'm watching people doing it. Then I went ahead and I did it. I ended up getting rid of them. I sold them for $220. I ended up getting my money back plus a little bit more. And for me, the little bit more was for taking the time in the line. But that little bit more, just, a little bit extra in my pocket. And then, I did the same thing with the Nick 4s or Cat 4s, however you want to call them. But I ended up selling them to my brother for retail. And then after doing that, I realized, you know what? With the game the way that it is, why should I contribute to this? So I backed off, and that was, like I said, my decision on what I did, because I started to realize, the game is messed up more than it was, and I didn't know this until I started getting more into the YouTube community. And to me, this is very new. Like I've been doing it very recently. I'm probably 2 months old in this, maybe even less than that, but whatever it is. But like I said, there's options. There's things out there that we can do to do things. Now what we need to do is get together, as you got INGT Kickz, Running Wolf 1980, you got DJ Hes, DJ Gels. That would be a nice support if he could get in on this. And see, the thing is with DJ Gels is he has it good, he has it made. He can spend $350 on a shoe. He's got his bread up, he's got his money right. So people like that can do that, get the early releases. And I'm not knocking it. He want to put the money in somebody else's pocket without going through the hassle. That's his choice. It's all about his money. He decides how he wants to spend it. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, DJ Dells, you're a bitch for doing that. Nah, that's not the right way to go about it. Like I said, and part of what Hes was talking about a lot, and this is why I respect him for what he is, because he states his opinion and he stands his ground. And I'm definitely not going to knock anything he says. I'm going to take it in, I'm going to absorb it, listen to what he says, and then take it and then state my opinion on that. So, as far as that goes, Hes, I definitely it was nothing negative towards you. I just wanted to be like, hey, it can't happen. This is positive. Let's keep doing this. And like I said, the views on it, I got what, 219. That's the most I have on my channel, and that was just off of one video within 24 hours. I've had other videos on there for longer, and I only at the highest was like 138. So obviously people want to see this for a reason. People want to see this change. So let's do this. I mean, I'm down for it. You're down for it. Jstar made a comment, said he's down for it. You know what I'm saying? JD, I'm sure, and I know he's got a lot of stuff going on in his personal life. He's down for it. As you see, I haven't even put out a video in a while myself. So I got things going on in my life too. So when the time comes and we can get together and be able to take the time to reach out to each other, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all that I'm talking about today. I do apologize for, putting it into a part 2 video, but sometimes when you start to talk and it's like you can't get everything you want to say out there, and that's the reason why I said let's do that 3-way phone call. Let's even outside of doing it in an actual video, let's talk about it. Let's push each other to the right point. Let's see what other people have, what other people can come up with. Like I said, you got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got YouTube as well, you got sneaker sites you can post it on. You can comment and write to these sneaker sites and said, listen, this is what we're looking for, will you back us up? You know what I'm saying? And these places, for a lot of people, like you said, Hes, people that is outside of the community but doesn't go onto YouTube like that. I know people like that as well, but they will go on to like Soul Collector, 23isback.com, Sneaker Watch, and all them other websites as well, that goes on there and looks for the release dates, looks for the new stuff that comes out, just to look at custom sneakers sneakers and so forth, and what the quality could be on the videos. And that's why, you know, a lot of people knock down like you doing a video if you get one, or anything like that, especially the ones that do the early releases. Like, to me, it's upsetting when I watch I think it was Sneaker Watch TV, and I unsubscribed to him. The reason why I did it, and maybe it was not the best way to go about it, but they posted a link to a site that for the, what was it, the gold medal pack, right? And for each pair of shoes alone was like $400 or $500 for the pair of shoes. And I was like, why would you promote that? You know what I'm saying? You're doing reviews on the video so everybody can see what the shoes are, but you're promoting a site that says, hey, we're gonna charge $400 or $500 for a pair of shoes that's not even out yet. You know, which, don't get me wrong, I agree with the early release, but even after they release, they're gonna have that same price on there, and maybe in due time, if it doesn't sell, they're gonna drop down the prices. And that's what they do with certain shoes. And if you pay attention to a lot of these sites, that's what it is. You have the replica game as well, which a lot of people have their opinions. If you can't afford them, but you can afford a pair of replica shoes, do what you do. You are who you are. Am I going to sit here and judge you, make fun of you? No, because I'm a grown man. There's no need for me to do that. If you feel the need, you want to put those on your feet, you are who you are. I'm not going to judge you based off of your shoes. If you're a cool person, why would I judge you based off of your shoes? That's just me being a grimy type person. You know what I'm saying? But there's, of course, much more that I like to say, but I don't want to go too far into it as far as it goes, just because I want the chance of other people to be able to speak their mind. And for me to be able to do this vid this morning, I took the time out to go ahead and do it. It's been a long night. I actually got to work a double tonight, another 16 hours. Actually, it's going to be like 14 hours because I have one of the guys letting me out early. But besides all that, not that y'all need to know that. But the way I see it, for the people that don't agree with the change, brother, the bathroom is that away. Nah, I'm just kidding. But for real talk, we can do this. I want a positive outlook on this for me personally, and I just think if we can come together as a whole, we don't need to diss each other. We don't need to say fuck that person. We don't need to do none of that. We just need to put our minds together and see what we can do as far as making this change. You know, I sit down and I think at times what I'd like to do, and there's more to it than just my opinion. You have what you said, and you're right. You know, there's other ways of being able to handle it. So let's come together and let's do one thing. So it's your boy Set It Off. I'm out. Y'all be safe. One.